What's up, guys? My name is Justin. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back on iRacing for Production Car Challenge at Ledenon, track that we've seen a couple times on the channel before. Not one of my favorites, but tonight is special. Hopefully, fingers crossed, knock on wood. This is the last free track, pavement track, I guess at least. I can't remember if there are any dirt tracks I haven't won at that are free. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna assume not. But anyways, I think this is the last free track on the whole sim that I haven't won at. So yeah, hopefully we can finish off tonight. I think our pace is okay. Not that great here. It's not fun. This is going to be crazy because multi-class here is insane, and the field spread, even though the field's pretty tight, it's just insane with the way it works out. So Ed is here. Ed Rest in the 3 car. He's going to be starting from 4th because unfortunately he blew both his Q laps. 4 Mustangs. I like my chances being him 1v1 in combat here just because I have a lot of laps here, and it seems like he maybe doesn't have as many this week. But still a phenomenal driver, and I'm sure he'll be in contention to make me stay perfect to beat him. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully it's fun. Bob Giaquinto is also in here, so I will drop his channel down in the description below. Make sure you go check him out. He is in the 17 car here in this race, rolling off 24th it looks like, but he's going to get sorted up when they sort the classes, obviously. So we'll see how it goes. Gridding up shortly. Again, make sure you drop that like and a sub down below if you're new. I greatly appreciate it. It means the world to me. Thank you all so much for all the support I've had the last several months. It is truly awesome. So thank you so much for that. If we get to 1,000 subs by the end of the year, we're going to do face cam vids for 2025, which I'm really looking forward to. So make sure you sub if you're new, and we'll see how it goes. So wish Bob luck. He was telling me good luck earlier. I told him he jinxed it, but we'll see how this goes. So it's always good to race this. Ethan has had a rough week. He hates this track. Again, I told you I'm not a big fan of this track, at least in this multi-class setting. It's probably fun as hell in Mustang Fixed or whatever it's called, Skip Barber Mustang Challenge, whatever the short race is single class instead of being multi-class. That's probably awesome, but this has a potential to be really, really crazy. So we'll see how that works out. But yeah, we're gonna see how this goes. Ethan's not here, unfortunately. He chose not to race tonight. He's dealing with an injury from work. Got stung by a bee today. Doesn't have. It's funny. He's a really good dude. I've raced with Ed for a really long time. Really good dude between PCC and Global and everything else. So he's a good dude. But yeah, so no Ethan tonight, unfortunately. So that's kind of a bummer. Going to be flying solo, but we'll see if we can make something out of this. Should be plenty good, plenty of fuel. Our laps are going to be roughly 130, somewhere in that range. So we'll see what we can do, and we'll get ready to rock and roll. So thank you all for coming. Gonna send Bob a message here on the grid. All right, we'll get ready to rock and roll here momentarily. Wait for everybody to grid up. We'll see how quickly Ed adapts. It is a tricky track if you don't know it. It's a fun track to drive around. Not the most fun, like I said, and it's pretty frustrating in this car, especially. But I don't hate it, but definitely not when I circle. So regardless, we will get ready to rock and roll here. It looks like everybody's grid up, so we'll wait for the pace car to fire here. I think it's a pretty short pace lap based on where I think we are here. So we'll see what we can do. Get ready to rock and roll. Plug the YouTube. We are ready. Don't want to do too much tire heating. Again, short pace lap though. We want a little bit to be able to get through these first couple of corners. So hope for the best here. Should be able to do a nice, easy second gear start here. Shouldn't be too short in the rev range or anything like that. So see what we can do here. Pace car will peel. And it's go time. Let's get it. Just leave it third here since we're approaching the first couple corners at lower speed than we normally would. Got to be very careful on the cold tires around here, especially for this first corner. It's just asking to die, just with the layout of the racetrack. So there's death behind us already there. So Ed's already up to second. Not sure if he picked up an incident. He's like me in the way that he tries to avoid incidents basically at all costs. So it looks like there are Clios in here. Not sure how many. At least a couple, so, or at least one. So Good start, got away. Nice and smooth now. This corner, it seems to be no off tracks. You can run all the way out here onto the curving, and it's not a slow down or an off track or anything, which is interesting. It is a pretty big wide open track, but if you go over the white lines, it is a slow down, or out of bounds, I guess you should say. They're not all slow downs, but out of bounds outside the white lines, so something to keep in mind. Nice and smooth through that section. Tricky last corner here also. Looks like 2 possibly Clios here today, so first lap done. Yeah, we're looking at 91, 92 second laps, somewhere in that range for decent Mustang pace. So nice and patient, try to keep all the tires on it. Not in any immediate hurry. Hope Bob is doing well. His first lap, hope he survived. Probably see a video on that. Again, I'll link his channel down below so you can go check him out when you're done with this video. He's a really good dude, super nice dude. Not very many people nicer than Bob on the service, so go show him some love for sure. Anyways, so good first lap and a half here. Looks like Ed found his feet. Ed has found his feet a little bit here, and he's up to pace now. So it's a pretty front tire dominant track. So smoothness is your friend here for sure. Ed may have run wide in that last corner. We want to get any gap we can get so that when we do start getting in traffic, we can afford to be patient. Take our time with it. 32 flats, decent pace. I think my Q lap was 31.2, which seems to be okay. I think like a 30.9 is really fast, but I'm not really fast, so I was happy with a 30.2. That seemed like a decent lap, so.
Bro, you're not in this race.
So yeah, I'll drop Ethan's channel below as well, even though he won't have a video of this. He's going through a lot, had some good races, some bad races, but go show him some love also, because another great guy, really good friend that I've made in the last year or so on iRacing, I guess, several months. So show him some love and support on some of the stuff he's done. His video for yesterday when you're seeing this was ARCA at Texas, so if you enjoy some oval stuff, check him out too. I'll have some more oval stuff this week, got a couple things on the schedule to get to, so there we go. Really flirting with the out of bounds limit there, entering the final corner, but it's such a tricky corner, especially in a big heavy car like this for the direction change. So try to straighten out and open up the entry as much as you can, but can really get you in trouble if you're not careful, you're making mistakes, so gotta be careful of that. Another 32 flat, decently happy with that also.
What the fuck was that, dude?
Again, don't really want to take too much out of the tires if we can help it. Not having the battle right now, just nice and smooth is the key. Not sure if Bob is using the 86 ZEP I sent for him. I noticed when I was testing 86 here this week. Super tricky track is just because of the bumps and the the height changes and everything else and the curbs. The fixed set or the base set that I know he's used in the past is really not good. So I sent him my set that I built a while back for Spencer to try, and I know that set's really planted and has some good grip. So I sent him that to have him give it a whirl if he chooses. So Ed solidly up in second, several second gap now to third place car Jackson. Not sure where, I think his name was Daniel, the guy that started second, spun quickly. I'm not sure where he's ended up, but he's back in some traffic at the very least after his first lap spin. Looks like he's still only about 18 seconds back, so he's gotten going at least. .31.8, so again, decent lap. Probably not taking any of these corners correctly or optimally, but
Mike, come on, guys.
that's what it is. Fun track in single class. Not my favorite in this, but we'll see. Maybe I'll come back here again and race it some more and other stuff, but who knows. Guess depends what my options are. It's a decent track. I'm glad it's free. Otherwise, I absolutely would not buy this after watching reviews of it, but still a decent track. So. Let me know if you're watching and at this point. Comment down below. Tell me what your favorite, if you're on iRacing, tell me what your favorite free oval is, pavement oval, and your favorite free pavement road course. And we'll see what I think of the same tracks, and if we have similar interests in terms of which of the free tracks we really like and which ones we dislike. So let me know down in the comments below what you think. Still quite a ways to get to lap traffic, just over 30 seconds, which isn't that far, but decently far. We're just about a third of the way in here now, not quite, so. Long way to go for sure, still about 17 minutes, but Daniel's finally moved back up to fourth in line, just under 20 seconds behind us, so he's gotten through all the 86 traffic. See if he can go chase down Jackson now for third position. He had pretty decent pace. I think he ran 32.7 or 32.8 in Q, so decent pace for sure. After all those second places to start the season in PCC, it's going to be nice if we can, again, knock on wood, finish this one off, I think 3 or 4 wins in a row now, after 2 or 3 seconds to start the season. We still have a bunch of runner-ups in Cadillac, but we'll get one of those at some point. A nice Cadillac CTSV Global dub. Kia's been going great. Everything's been going great for the most part. Some of the other series I don't run weekly haven't been quite as good, but still enjoyable somewhat. So racing's been going really well. It's been really exciting. We're running decently, so happy with that. Excited about that. So. Kind of stabilized our pace now at probably a low 32. Just about 10 minutes in, not quite. So just over 15 to go. Looks like Bob might be the last running 86. He's about 36 seconds ahead of us now. So we'll probably catch him at some point. Again, goal is to be able to be nice and patient, nice and smooth through this traffic, not in any rush or anything. It generally works out if you're nice and patient that, it doesn't cost you much time. Very rarely does the same guy get killed, in every single lap traffic. And,
Jim really touched you with the 4X lately.
It's very rarely are you in a position where I would lose all my gap. Ed is able to get through the traffic, flawlessly without being held up at all. That's very rare. So. Not a big concern. If we lose some, we'll gain some in a different area and so on. So. Also, I'm thinking of a huge thanks to E for painting this gorgeous CF Mobile Mustang that we've been running this season. Blue and gold. Absolutely love it. Looks incredible. Just a gorgeous paint scheme. So huge thanks to him for putting this together for me. I'm really proud to rock a scheme that looks this good. So thanks to him. Also got to shout out my buddy Sean Gus.
Hey, if you
Paints
see
all
a
my
car
stuff
spinning,
for
usually you want to stop.
USORL, Xfinity, and Truck. He's painted some awesome CF Mobile and some of the other associate sponsors that we have on our league team there. So a couple of great schemes he's put together recently, so big thanks to him. I want to give him a shout out for all his work putting schemes together. And I guess while I'm shouting out my painters, thanks to Coy, he's done some great stuff for me in the past also, and really does an amazing job. So any of those three, if you know Ethan, Sean, or Coy, they're good dudes to work with. They're not expensive to work with either, so throw them a little bit of money for their work, and they do unbelievable work, all three of them. So thanks to those guys for making sure I look good on track, hopefully towards the front, but even when we're running like trash, I still look good. So that's something to work with at least. I'm trying to think of who else did a scheme for me. I think it was Duck did my truck, funnily enough. You know, not trying to rhyme, but Travis Grenier did my truck, my new blue CF Mobile truck, the Chevrolet one at least. Sean's done my Toyota one new, so hopefully we'll have some views of that in the upcoming future. Alright, gotta be just past halfway, or right about halfway. We are. Looks like Bob might have passed the 24 car, that's good. Bob might have had an issue, because if he was 10th and he was at the back, that doesn't make sense if the back is now 15th, so. Battle for third, starting to get a little bit closer. Daniel has somewhat caught Jackson, but still not in a position to try to catch up and make a pass or anything. Coming up to the second of the two Clios that we're going to have to overtake here in the next lap or so. Hopefully we can do that without drama, without incident. Clio's pretty fast in straight lines, so we might not catch it here down the front stretch, but hopefully through these first couple corners. Bob has moved up a little bit. Brent there just basically jumping out of the way, which I appreciate. I know that I could tell he was slower and kind of indecisive about where to go, so just picked the line, aimed for it, and hoped he saw me coming, which he did, so thanks for that. Again, as I've run more laps here, it's growing on me driving this car around here. Again, the traffic and the layout is still not fun. I'm sure if you race with anybody, difficult to pass, but just driving around here is a lot of fun, so it's growing on me in that regard, I suppose. A little bit wide entering there. Managed to get through and survive though. Jason not too far up the way in his Mazda. Must have just started to burn the fronts off. Sliding around just a little bit. Yeah, other than myself, the other two guys I think of that are big SR proponents and always searching for the safe race are Carl Sampson, a good friend of mine, and Ed. So obviously I put myself at the top of that pile. I don't think anybody chases the SR quite to the extent I have. It's borderline OCT, I know, but it's something I really enjoy and I'm proud of. But Ed and Carl have a similar mindset. You know, they're always searching for clean races and smart racing and respectful racing, so they're never guys that are going to bash you out of the way for any circumstance, regardless of what it means or anything like that. So always appreciate drivers like that, and I'm glad that I'm good friends with Ed, super good friends with Carl at this point. So it makes racing fun and exciting when you get to see them in a session and know that even if it is a close, good battle, it's going to be a fair battle and an exciting battle, not a just crash fest with 20 incidents.
Sorry, Robert, that was 910.
That's always a good thing. Looks like Bob moved up.
Yeah, but you couldn't see that everyone was banking up.
Everybody's like crashed at some point there.
I did slow down. I just couldn't. I had a huge run.
So did I. You can see he was holding us up there.
Yep.
Just about 1/3 distance left here, a little bit under. Should be able to get through Jason's Mazda here in the next couple of corners. Maybe after this next corner would be the move. We'll see. I'm quite close enough here.
That was interesting.
Might not catch all those guys, Bob, in that group up there. Might just be far enough ahead with their pace. And my sort of more relaxed pace. If we were running back in the low 31s, I think we would, but at this kind of mid to low 32, we might not catch them. So probably going to have, what, about 5 laps here, so it's going to be tight. We might get up to be able to see their battle at the end, but we might not catch and pass all of them. Which is fine by me, the less traffic, the safer, obviously. Jackson's still hanging on the 3rd for the time being, so that's good. Another spinner there out of the 86 class. That's another spot for Bob. Looks like that car's just getting going now. We had the yellow flag there briefly.
Sick pass, dude. I was sick, first degree.
Sorry, dude. That was not intentional. It just kind of happened.
Yeah, I understand. I've been a wrecking ball this race.
Curious to see how many incidents Ed ends up with. So we got some DQs. The 86 field, that's interesting. So yeah, probably 4 to go here just because of our timing. It's going to be tight, but I think 4 to go is an appropriate amount here, it looks like. Bob's up to 10th now, so that's good. Definitely not going to catch him in 4 laps because we're not 3+ seconds faster, I don't think. But some of these guys will catch in traffic, and hopefully we'll be able to go see Bob post-race. Still got a good gap here, 12.5 seconds back to Ed. 30 or so back to Daniel, who just took 3rd, as I was just talking about them last lap. For 3rd place now is now Daniel. Maybe there was a mistake. Oh, Jackson's still in there. Okay, I thought that there was a mistake, but I just didn't see him. So definitely starting to go through some front tire. Very careful and patient here, no rush. turned in there ever so slightly, just being offline. Not sure what that guy's doing, but we'll cut underneath. Thank you. I guess. Hopefully we'll get Mert down the front stretch here. Hopefully. Again, though, these Mazdas get through this last corner really well, so. Should be close enough, I would think. A little bit of draft to get this spot, so that would be ideal. Ready to go. Jump to the inside. Mazda obviously handles a little bit better through these twistier sections than the Mustang toe-to-toe, obviously, so. Obviously make lap time in very different ways, though. So we'll definitely catch these two cars ahead of us here. We'll see about anyone after that. Another DQ, I think, there for Jeremy, so sounds like it's been a messy race for the majority of the field, not named me, so. 2 to go, I assume here. We're 9 seconds back, so definitely not going to catch Bob in this one. Chose to back out of that one. We weren't really up far enough to take a dive there at Roberts, so. Overtake there on Robert and see if we can get by the Mazda here. Mazda backs out completely. Appreciate that. Thank you. I guess since they're not racing each other, that makes sense. Got some more 86 troubles there. Almost drove off track with a big slide. Still good though. So an awful shift there. Sloppy last lap so far, but 13.5 second lead back to Ed, no problem. White flag, credit one bank, sponsor me credit one bank. One more lap around Ledenon and we can check this puppy off the list, which would be amazing. Did the hard work in Q, put in the laps, put in a lot of practice this week, and it's awesome that's paid off, and we're gonna have a nice, smooth, clean run here. That's just phenomenal. I'm super happy with that. So, looks like Bob might end up with a top 10 here if he can finish out this last lap, although I guess he'll have one more to go after this. So. He will get his 17th lap. Just trying to help out your SR there, Bob. That's all I'm doing. Big clump of cars up here you can see ahead of us. It's crazy, the class dispersion between these two classes, so. Makes for good racing, but it's frustrating when you're an 86 racing an MX-5 so tightly and vice versa. Really frustrating. Just stay behind Christopher here, let him have his last lap. And no rush. Great performance, great race to Ed. Always a lot of fun to race with him, but we are going to come across, exit the final corner, watch all these guys ahead of us do whatever they're doing. And we're going to take a victory at Ledenon. Great race, everyone. Take a victory at Ledenon, and then we'll follow these guys through here on the last lap to finish up their race. Too bad it wasn't for $1 million, that's for damn sure. Dollars, $1 million, iRacing, any of the above would be acceptable, but $1 million's good of just about everything except probably bed bugs. We'll take that 11 times out of 11, so super pumped about that one. That was good to get that one off the list. That's been one that I've been searching for a while in a lot of different series, and it's awesome that we got done here today. So.
Good one, Joe.
Follow this battle. Watch these guys here. Oh, Mazda almost died. Great save, Christopher. These guys all get finished up here. Hopefully Bob can hang on the 9th, which would be a pretty good result, because I think there were 15 or 16 86s, so he'll probably need a little bit of ironing for that. If he loses, it'll be very minimal.
Yeah, good race, Steve.
1x there for Christopher, but keeps it going. Not really in the direct battle with anybody else. Next MX-5 is up at the front of this train, so. A little bit of a check up there for the cars in front, but they'll all make it. Bob will take a solid P9, so congrats to him. Solid race. Looking forward to seeing the calamity that was his perspective, because it looked pretty insane. So. See what Ed says about that, but we'll go check the results while I'm waiting on that. Alright, Circuit de Ledenon results. Please and thank you. 45 more iRacing, 3460. We're pushing up towards 3,500 already, which is great. I thought it might take a little while, but we've been on such an awesome streak of good results that we're flying right up there. So happy with that. -8 for Ed. I know that he doesn't really care, but the 5X is unfortunately lost MSR. It is a perfect shalom for us, 0x. Led all the laps, best lap from the pole, so very happy with that. We finished in iRacing order as far as the Mustangs go, and I was actually the only one that gained iRacing because of how that works out, so that's kind of unfortunate. It's kind of interesting, but we'll see what Bob ended up with here. I don't know where he is. There he is. +1 iRacing, told you, and then -0.22 SR, so must have been a lot of X. We'll have to go back and watch his vid to see what was up with that. But that's going to be it for me. Make sure you drop that like, and again, sub down below if you are new. It means the absolute world to me, so thank you so much. Again, check out Ethan and Bob's channels down below to show them some love and see Bob's view of his video in this race and compare it with how this one went. So that's going to be it. Appreciate you all. As always, stay tuned for what we have coming up next. But for this one, till next time, bye.